Hey Katie, this is Frank from Max Digital, and I wanted to shoot you over this quick video with some specific things that you guys can do yourselves to help bring in more business just by better utilizing both your website and your Google Business profile. So let me jump right into it. So I see that one of your service areas is Webster. So I did a quick search on Plumber Webster New York, and this is the search results page that comes up. And I see you guys here in the Google advertising section. So you're in one of the first three or one of the three sections on the page. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about how you can get into the second and third sections so that you can really start to take advantage of all the traffic that's out there. So the second section here is known as the Google Map app, and it consists of the 3 to 4 businesses with the strongest Google business profile. And I noticed that you guys have a Google business profile here. You're going to want to continue to keep this active, and I see that you guys are doing some posts on here, which is great. That definitely helps to keep it active. You're also going to want to make sure that you fill this in. This field here, it looks like you filled it in. I would recommend looking at it to make sure that you have some local buyer intent keyword phrases in there, and I'll talk about that in a second. But you also want to make sure that you are continuing to get customer reviews and responding to those reviews, as well as uploading photos to the profile on a regular basis. So that will help you to get in here. And then the other way that is important to get into this section here is Google is a popularity contest, so they're going to go and look and see who are the most frequently mentioned plumbers in the Webster area, and that's going to play a huge factor into whether you get into this section. So what a lot of companies do is they go and they register their business with many online directories. There's thousands of directories out there like Yelp.com, Angie's List, Nextdoor.com, just to name a few, and many of them are free to join. It just takes time to go out to each one of them and register your business, and you're going to want to register your business exactly the same way each time with the same name, address, and phone number that you have set up here in the Google Business profile, so that Google doesn't get confused. They see you all those listings as one business, and you begin to outnumber these guys. So you want to outnumber the number of times that you guys are mentioned online. So that's what you got to do to get into the map pack. Probably 30 to 40% of the traffic is going to go to the company or the businesses in this section. So then let's go down to the last section of the page here, known as the organic listings. And to rank high in the organic section, it's based on the strength of your content and your backlinks profile. And so you can see these first several sites here in the organic listing are actually the online directories I was referring to just a second ago. Angie's, Yelp, Better Business Bureau. And finally, you get down to some individual business websites that are starting to rank over here. So I wanted to compare your content and backlinks profile to that of Pride Plumbing of Rochester, since they are the #1 ranking website for plumbers in Webster. All right, so looking at your content, one thing that I wanted to point out was that Google looks for 1,500 to 2,000 words on your homepage for them to view you as an authoritative site or as an expert in the niche. So one recommendation would be to add more content to this page. But you don't want to just add any content. You want to make sure that you're adding local buyer intent keyword phrases. Those are the words that people are actually frequently typing into the Google search bar and the phrases that you want your site to be found for. Because you're a service company, people are going to be searching for the service they're looking for in the location that they are in. So that's really what you want to embed those phrases into your content. The more these keywords are mentioned in your content, the more relevant Google will see your site to the search phrase. So that's content, and I wanted to just show you here. I use this site called Ahrefs to analyze different websites, and so I can see here that your website is ranking for 127 different keyword phrases. So when I click on that, I can see which phrases that you're ranking for. And I can see Google is starting to recognize that you service the Penfield, Victor, and Webster areas, for example. These are the local buyer intent keyword phrases I'm referring to. And so they're picking up on the fact that you do service those areas. Here you can see the actual amount of volume in each of these areas. So Webster's got 150 searches per month for plumbers under that keyword phrase specifically. And you're currently ranking on the 20th position, so that's the end of the second page. So I wanted to show you just in comparison your competitor site, which happens to, let me just show you back on this page. You can see here that the page that's actually ranking is Pride Plumbing of Rochester.com, but it's not their root domain, it's their back page. They have a separate back page set up for Webster. And the reason they do that is because it allows them to embed these local buyer intent keyword phrases in a page dedicated specifically for Webster. And so they can capture all these keyword phrases and all the associated volume that you would be hard to have these phrases mentioned frequently if you combined it into pages that reference a whole bunch of other towns. So that's a lot of good websites are designed to have a separate page for each service and location, so that they can do just that. They can get the Google to recognize that page specifically is the most relevant page for this search term if someone's searching for a plumber in Webster. So that's a lot of volume that you could be participating in just on your Webster town. I know you service multiple towns, so just in Webster, that's a lot of volume that you'd be able to participate in if you were on the first page, and doubly participate if you were in the map pack and organic section. All right, so that's content. Now let's quickly talk about backlinks. Backlinks are just links from other websites over to your website, and they act as an endorsement of your site and give legitimacy to your site in Google's eyes, because Google sees that other sites find your site to be an important site or a relevant site to link to. So again, you want to have more backlinks than your competitors have. And so not only in the case of backlinks, it's not just about beating them in quantity, you also have to beat them in quality. You can be penalized by Google if you are ranking to spammy sites, linking to spammy sites, and rewarded if you are linked to more authoritative sites or sites that are trusted by Google. Every site has a DR score. That's the trust score with Google. So when you're linking to other sites, you want to make sure that they are of a higher DR score. A really good site has a DR score of 30 or 40, say. So that's just something to keep in mind on the backlink side. So just to recap, it's about getting into the Google Map Pack. It's about keeping your profile updated and having your site mentioned more times, or your company mentioned more times online than your competitors are mentioned. And then on the content side, or the organic listing, as far as building up your actual website, your own asset, it's about the strength of your content and your backlinks, and having enough words for Google to see you as an expert, and having those local buyer intent keyword phrases frequently mentioned inside your content, and then going out and getting backlinks, more backlinks than your competitor has, and of higher quality. So I hope that information was helpful to you. If you wouldn't mind just responding to my email to let me know if it was, or if there's something that you had a question on or would like to see included in a future video, I'd appreciate that kind of feedback. Thanks so much, and I look forward to hearing from you.